There's been a lot of reporting on the upcoming third Spider-Man film. Now, something
Hmm.
that's been rumored since literally the announcement of Doctor Strange joining the project was
A
right
week.
away. Yeah, yeah, a
Cool.
week, literally. Okay, we're gonna see Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire reprise their roles. Now, I said it in my video. This is an easy thing to be able to come up with as a scoop because you just look at what
Yeah,
they're
of
setting up and you go,
course it's
done. You know, right?
yeah.
It's so easy. Like, and again, the people that reported it, I know people will be like, well, they were right on this and wrong on this. And as I point out in my video, when they've been wrong, they just straight up deleted those videos and articles and pretended like they never happened. So,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, take your pick. Like, do I personally believe we will see these characters appear again in live action? I do. I
Yes. Yeah.
100% do. But I
Is it this movie? Probably not. I think you would have heard about that.
I feel exactly, and I feel like there's more to that movie than just throwing them in. And if they appear in maybe a cameo, sure, that's cool. That could work at the end to set up something more. But I just don't believe that they're going to be in it as prominently as some of the people have led us to believe. I just don't believe that.
No, and it's like every the second Doctor Strange was announced, everyone was like, "Oh, there goes the identity plot," and it's like, not no
No.
no. So I know people love to just instantly jump to conclusion, and that's the movie that's going to be in their head.
Yeah.
Been having this conversation where people are like, "Well, the movie's going to be about this." It's like you don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what the movie's going to be about. You can make an assumption. Yes, the multiverse Doctor Strange is a very easy assumption to make. It's a safe bet. Granted, I agree with people in that one. But, you look at the last two Spider-Man films. Iron Man was not in that movie for a lot.
I,
He barely had a role.
people like to exaggerate the amount of time
Yeah.
Tony Stark was in that movie. Let's be real.
It was like what, 10 minutes, if
Yeah.
that? And then you had Nick Fury. Nick Fury, granted, was in it a bit more than Tony Stark, but I think because he's not as big of a character and as like big of an impact
Mm-hmm.
as Stark, so he could be in there a little bit more. He wasn't integral to like the character arc
Yeah.
and everything in there. So I think you're gonna get the similar situation. Like, yes, you're gonna have Doctor Strange in there. Yes, he's gonna do something. I don't think it's gonna be gigantic to the plot. Well,
Yeah.
it might be key to the plot, but I don't think he's going to play that big of a part in it. If that makes sense.
That's
So it's
my
like, maybe he shows up to the Sanctum and he's like, "Can you do something about my identity?" And he's like, "Sure." Does one little thing, and then you don't see him until the end to teach him a lesson, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you're able to play it that way. He never leaves this New York, and that's why Electro comes over here, and that's why we see other Spider-Man. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
purely an assumption.
I could see it like maybe Doctor Strange does something to try to help him out, and that messes things up. And
Yeah.
maybe how about this one? He does help him, and he's like, "Look, okay, I'll help you out with your identity, but there's a consequence or something with it." The multiverse opens, and Doctor Strange can't show up again because maybe literally he leaves to enter the multiverse. He's like, "Look, kid, I'm in a hurry. I got to get the hell. I
Yeah.
got to figure this out." So you could technically explain and set up Doctor Strange right there out of it, while the multiverse also cracks itself open in Spider-Man 3. It's an easy setup. Like, it's all there, So,
It could literally be a case, Strange knows exactly what's going to happen. He's like, "Oh, I want to be, there's got to be a different Spider-Man out there. Maybe someone else goes, all right, does that." He's like, "There's consequences." Like, "I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, it can't be worse than what I have." And he finds out it's worse, and then that's the movie.
exactly. Yep. So, that's the thing. When it comes to the other Spider-Man joining, the thing is, like, we know Sony has wanted to do a Spider-Verse in live action ever since they saw the reception to the whole Spider-Verse movie with Miles. And we'll
I
talk about
think even
Miles.
before that as well, because they said something about, oh no, the directors or creators of Spider-Verse
Oh, yeah.
said they pitched Andrew and Toby
Yep.
to be in there, and Sony said no, it's a bit too soon.
Yeah.
So they've always they kind of they know they want to go in that direction,
Mhm.
which obviously if you're planning that sort of a movie and that sort of franchise is going to be your end game in a way.
Yeah.
So they know not to blow the load straight away. So maybe this is going to be an introduction to this Spider-Man to the multiverse, and then maybe the fourth one you have the three meet.
And that's the thing. After that whole thing happened with the Sony fallout, the first interview Kevin Feige gave us was talking and praising the fact that Spider-Man can exist in the multiverse. Like,
Yeah.
it's all there, you know, like, it's been established. We already know that Sony's openly said it. Spider-Man will face Venom. I mean, there's so many things that line up, and if you just take all the rumors that are out there and all the things they've confirmed and said and were said by directors and actors, if you were to lay them all out, you have a jigsaw puzzle. And now if you just start to piece it together, you can sort of come up with an idea. And as I've been saying, and I said in other videos, the Sony version of Avengers is Spider-Verse. That's what they got.
Yeah.
So they got to do it. So I think we will see Maguire and Andrew back in the next decade. But if they have a big role in the third Spider-Man film, I don't think so. I could honestly see them showing up in the third act when Electro is there and if you would be like, hey kid, you need some help? And maybe they set up something, but I don't think they're going to be like, guess what? They're main characters in this film and they're a giant thing. Like that's...
You know what I would really like? If we stick to the whole thing of he's going to have to go on trial. Because I don't like the whole he's going on a run thing. I've thought about it. I don't like it. It doesn't very seem Peter Parker-ish to me. Why would Spider-Man go on a run? He knows he's innocent, right? He goes to Doctor Strange purely for the reason he wants a new face. So when he shows up in court in his suit, he can take it off and reveal he's not Peter Parker. Well, he is Peter Parker, but he's one of, like... I'd go more Andrew, because he's the younger one.
Yeah.
The middle one, so he's closer to Tom Holland's age. And he, like, you know, take the mask off. It's Andrew Maguire's, or not Andrew Maguire's. It's Andrew Garfield's face, and that's a little cameo for it, you know. And then you set up the fact that he can come back, but you're not using him properly straight away, and then give him like superhero community service, something like that.
And then here is the moment that will drive everybody insane. So you do that, and it's Andrew Garfield is like, hey kid, I'm glad I could help you. You know, I got to go back to my thing now, but if you ever need me, we'll come back together. So you have him, he's freed, he's gonna go back home. At home, there's another Spider-Man waiting for him. That's where you put your cameo of Tobey, and you deliver what everybody will not shut up about. Be like, hey, I don't know if Uncle Ben ever told you, because I assume he's here, but with great power comes great responsibility. And, you know, he says, actually, he did tell me that, but it's nice to hear it from somebody else. You double down, everybody can officially shut the hell up. Like, you know, like, I think that's how you got to do it. But honestly, if it happens, fairness, I'm in.
Maguire said that line about 3.5 million times in one movie, so coming from him, it'll make sense.
It will
make sense. Saying.
I mean, he said that line about as much as Iron Fist said, I am the immortal Iron Fist to everybody.
Speaking of,